All right. Hello. Hello. My name is Kelly. I'm your host. Thank you for coming back or coming to That Green Vegan podcast. Today, I have a very special guest, Preston. He's coming all the way from Alabama to talk to us about a topic that's been kind of buzzing out there for a while. And I've actually was talking to Preston off the air. And yeah, this is somebody who I think would be a really, really great subject matter to talk about. How are you doing, Preston?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty good. Excited to get your point of view and share my point of view on this topic, and hopefully get some responses from it because I'm always interested to see what everybody thinks about what we're gonna talk about today.
Okay, so basically today we're going to be talking about May to December romance, where younger men are interested in dating older women. And what is that about? So we're just going to go straight into it. So, Preston, when I was actually doing some research about this, I was like, I wonder, because older women, when they date younger men, they're called cougars, right? And so I looked it up and said, well, what do you call a guy who's into older women who's younger? And they're called either cubs or cougar hunters. Are you a cougar hunter?
Wow, I don't know. I mean, I don't go deliberately trying to find somebody that's older than me. so I don't know if I'd be called a cougar hunter, but maybe a little cub, maybe a cub that's matured.
Okay, so what is the oldest person you've ever dated? Like how many years?
To be honest, and I tell my friends this. Actually, some of my friends have met this particular person, um, and they think it's disgusting, but she was about 21 years older than me.
Okay.
Maybe was 20, maybe 23, somewhere around there.
23 years older?
23 years older than me, yeah.
Hmm. Do you know that I'm actually 23 years older than you?
Hey, I did not do that math. I did not do that math. But see, the thing about it is, it's so many. Black don't crack. So black women can be in their 50s and look like they're in their 20s with no problem. Not even be trying. So for a lot of times when I meet older women, like here's a situation in Atlanta. When I was living in Atlanta, I was at this record store off Martin Luther King Drive. If anybody is familiar with Atlanta, and I like older music, So I went into this record store. This was back in 2000 and I don't know, sometime in 2000s. I went in the record store and I was looking for a Johnny Taylor CD. I had an urge to listen to, like, I wanted the Johnny Taylor greatest hits, and I didn't have Spotify at the time. So I go in this record store, and this gorgeous woman. I mean, she's beautiful. She got like some nice little heels on, some little tight jeans, and like a little tank top thing. She got tucked into her jeans and had her hair looking nice, smelling good. I'm like, damn, she fine as hell. And I looked over to the guy who was selling me a CD. I said, man, you think I can pull her? And he was like, I don't know about that, son. This older guy, gray haired, bald head dude, he old, old school cat. And I said, man, I'm about to try. So I went over to her and I said, what you know about that? And she was getting a male waiter CD. And she was like, what you know about that? Talking about Johnny Taylor. I said, girl, I was born to this. I was made to music like this. And she was like, oh, you too young to know anything about that. I'm like, girl, don't talk to me about no age. And I quickly diverted that little question, that little statement, because I knew about her talking like that she was older than me. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to make her see like who I am, and then I'm gonna tell her, you know what I'm saying? Like I might be a little bit younger than her, although she looked like she was my age, right? And so I asked her straight up, I'm like, what you doing tonight? And she said she wasn't doing anything. I said, let me take you out. And she asked me where I wanted to take her out to. I told her a little restaurant, and she met me at this little restaurant in Atlanta, and we spent the whole night there talking. And then by the time she asked me, she was like, I gotta ask you something. I knew when she said that she was gonna ask me how old I was. I was waiting for that question. And at the time, I might have been, I don't know. I was still in college. I was about to get out of college probably. Mm-hmm. So I might have been 23, 24, something like that. And maybe I might have been a little bit younger. But anyway, she said when I told her my age that she would never thought that. And we are actually, we tried to date or whatever, but it never worked out. But we still are friends to this day. And she actually I taught her a lot, surprisingly, so she say, but she's taught me a lot too. But anyway, I said that to say, you asked me, I forgot what you asked me. I got direct from the.
I asked you like how old was the oldest person that you've ever dated?
Oh yeah, that's how I started talking about her because she was the oldest.
Oh, okay. Well, why did your friends think it was gross?
They were like, oh, you dating somebody older than your mom and all this stuff. I'm like, who gives a damn? You know what I'm saying? I don't look at her as my mom. Now that's nasty. That's nasty. I don't look at her as my mom. I look at her as a woman. You know what I'm saying? And she looks young. Like this woman really looked like she was my age. 24, 25. And she take care of herself. You know what I'm saying? Like. But my friends were determined to make me think that I was disgusting because I like older women. And like I told them, I'm like, I don't like the BS that younger women put me through.
Wow. But you should never go for someone else based on a past experience. Like you should never write off younger women because they dogged you in the past. So I'm going to be with older women, or you can go that way too. Because I know like sometimes people use that as an excuse when it goes to like say dating the white girls. They go, oh well, black girls are this, black girls are that. I'm gonna give me a white girl. Kind of like the same thing. You should just go for what you go for. Regardless of the person. But that kind of brings me to a myth that they were saying how you don't have anything in common with an older person, like with an older woman, like younger men have nothing in common with older women. But music, it seemed like connected you guys. That was something like your foundation of you guys having a conversation because you guys like the same kind of music. What other similarities was that you guys had in common?
Well, one, we both had, pretty much professional jobs, college educated. But one thing that really drew her to me, so if you were to ask her, was my idea on marriage, my idea on family, and the type of vision that I had for myself as a future husband and a future father. And she would say that was the most attractive thing to her. She would always let me know, and I don't know if it's true or not because I'm not in that age bracket, but she would always let me know that I'll be surprised how many men that she dated her age that when she started talking about marriage. Now, mind you, she's in her 50s, So when she started talking about marriage, they would totally cut off. She's talking about guys who are in their late 40s, early 50s, guys that get turned off by this. And so when we would talk about it, we would really talk about in depth, like how we would want our relationship to be, not just us two, but just in marriage in general. And mind you, with her, she was and most women that I've dated, pretty much all of them have been married once before. As far as women that are older than me. And so, of course, I would take more heed to what they say because I've never been married before. So, but that's one reason why their marriages, did not pan out because they realized that the guy that they married did not have the same view on family and marriage as they did.
Right.
And so now when she meets somebody, that's one thing that she talks about, because she still has hope on being married. And I believe that's one thing that the older women that I've dated, I believe that that's something that they should still strive for. Because sometimes I meet a woman and we go out and all day we talk about that, and I ask them, like, would you ever want to be married again? And so most say yes, but I have a couple that said, hell no, I would never be married again. And I asked them why, and they said, no, I don't want to ever give myself to somebody. And that's really, to me, that's just really more so, that's still hurt from your past. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, it sounds like too that communication is like super important, and maybe the reason, I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but the reason why older women go for younger guys is because there's really no pressure.
Right.
They're like, okay, we're just dating, we're going to have a good time, and then that's it. Whereas if you're with someone that's your age and it starts to get a little serious, you're kind of like, okay, where's the label? Whereas if you're with an older woman or older woman with a younger man, it's just like, hey, this is what it is, and we're just enjoying it. And so you're more open, you're more free, to like be who you are. But I kind of feel that you should be yourself regardless, to whoever you're with. And if that person can't handle it, then it's like, bye bye. Did the person you dated, did she have kids? How do you feel about that?
She did have kids. Now that was the and you're right. Going back to what you said, I'm gonna come back to that, to what you just asked me. But you're right. Her and most women that I've dated, they would be attracted to me because I was younger, and because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm most likely not gonna marry somebody that is 23 years older than me, and that has 3 or 4 kids, and that youngest kid is 4 years older than me. I'm most likely not gonna do that. The time that we spend together is what I'm looking for. But to answer your last question, I did feel uneasy about that. I'm like, man, how old's your youngest kid? Like 30? I'm like,
what's up, Daddy?
I mean, I didn't even introduce me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, mom. Hey, son. This is my boyfriend, Preston. He could be your younger brother.
Wow.
So, and that's happened. Believe it or not, the girl I'm talking about, like, she really took heed to me and introduced me to her daughter. Mm-hmm. And her daughter was actually 2 years older than me. Actually, I forgot about that.
Oh my God.
And her daughter was 2 years older than me, and she had a boyfriend and 1 kid. So she actually had 3 grandchildren. Now that I'm saying this out loud,
Grandpa Preston.
I was granddad at 24.
So, okay, so this, can I ask a personal question?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so did you guys get to the point of your relationship where you guys were actually like having sex?
Yeah, actually.
Okay, and how was the sex?
I ain't gonna lie. It was not bad.
It was not bad. I didn't hate it.
No, it was. I guess because I'm young. I'm used to dealing with younger girls. I'm thinking, ain't no way this about to be like blowing my mind. Mm-hmm. But she really did blow my mind. Like, she blew my mind. Like, she brought me to a place where she gave me confidence that I didn't get with a younger woman. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I didn't have to get drunk or nothing crazy. Like everything just flowed.
Yeah,
everything flowed right.
It sounded like you had a really organic relationship to start off with. So yeah.
Yeah.
And you didn't have that pressure to like oh, I have, she has, do she like me or this or another? You kind of like, it is what it is. I mean, could it sound like you guys just dated, but you never really got serious.
Right? No, we never got serious, and that's the thing about it. Like she let me know her intentions from the gate, and
Oh,
so it was up to me to decide. Am I going to just kick it here and let this be, or am I going to move on? And I appreciate that because if I was looking for something serious at the time, I would have said, all right, I'm gonna keep this strictly, platonic. But
right.
she let me know her intention straight out, and she was well established.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest with you, made me feel like, damn, I must be something good. You give me this much attention. When the last time a girl took me out? And that's what she did. Like she would
Was
check
she
me
a
out.
sugar mama?
No, she wouldn't give me no money. No, maybe if I would have asked, maybe she would have. I don't know. I never asked her. Maybe I should have. But she never asked me too, so that was good. She never asked me to pay no bill, and I never asked her to pay a bill. It was just like we had a good time together,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a system, and we didn't even talk about it. If I called her and said, hey, there's a free concert at 10 Park tonight, you want to go? And she'd be like, yeah. I go to the house, pick her up, and we go to 10 Park. Or sometimes she asked me if I wanted to go to a lounge or whatever, and we go to a lounge. She introduced me to her friends, and her friends were older too, and they were cool with it, and we had a good time.
Right.
And she take care of the bill, and sometimes I take care of the bill. It was no type of, it wasn't this thing talking about, oh, a man got to take care of me, man got to do this, man got to do that. It wasn't nothing like that. Mm-hmm. We both knew that we were both successful, and we both are good people, and we just did things for each other on the basis of us enjoying each other's company.
Because it wasn't her birthday.
No, it wasn't her birthday. Her birthday was fire though. She did have a nice birthday party, but yeah, I enjoyed that, very thoroughly, and I would tell her that same thing today. We don't talk as much as we used to, but yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that at that time of my life. She really showed me that the man that I was, or I am, or was back then, I was a good man.
Do you think it's more pressure to date someone your age or younger because you are have this stigma of being the man, being the provider, taking care of the woman, having this family, whereas being with the older woman, you really don't have that like pressure?
Right. Well, to be honest with you, yeah, I do. I do think it's a lot of pressure when I'm dating somebody my age, and not because of family. Because most girls my age don't want no family. They don't want to be married. They don't want none of that. They're on this hot girl shit, and that pisses me off so much. I think they got the whole thing misconstrued. Like they're on this hot girl shit where they feel like I'm a hot girl, fuck a nigga. I date 10 niggas on, so you gonna take me out, you gonna buy me a dress, you gonna buy me Cartier and all this other bullshit. And then you go to their house and look in their refrigerator, all they got is a pot of cheese, milk, and bread. Like how the hell you gonna expect me to provide for you when motherfucker can't provide for yourself? Yeah, that's what be pissing me off.
And it's bad because I remember we was talking about this before. I'm like, I don't remember being like that. Like I married early in my mid 20s and was with my husband for we were together 15 years. But yeah, I didn't see that, but I think it's because we didn't have the exposure to stuff now. When growing up, like when I was like in the 80s, whatever, you didn't have that. Like we was raised on the Cosby Show in a different world. So it was about like getting your education, it's about family. It was a lot of that. And now, it kind of turned. So like your generation was raised on Real World and loving hip hop, bling, yeah, all this kind of stuff, and it's just kind of like, yeah, it's like this fantasy world, and it is kind of sad because I mean, to me personally, just to say, like, I really feel like being with that one person, having a monogamous relationship, raising a family, like that's precious. Like that is so a feeling is just so full of joy and wonder. And a lot of people they just don't see that. They like you said, they want the hot girl summer and they want the twerk contest and they want to do all this other stuff and yeah, it's
And
just
and then and I understand, if a girl wants to be like that, that's totally cool. My thing is, for girls my age, you can't expect me to wind down, you take care, you do all this other bullshit when you can't do it yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't expect me to
that's
do
you
nothing
just
you
keeping it
can't do.
real. You just keeping it real.
I'm just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying?
Just keep-
And even if you can't do it for yourself, it's all well and good. But because I'd be willing, if a girl has a great personality and I see your potential, you have potential, then for sure I'm gonna stick in there with you. But
Mhm.
just because I don't move on your time, don't mean that. Cause see, girls are so quick to be like, "Oh, you ain't gonna get that for me? Fuck it, I'll find somebody else that will." Okay, cool, get the hell on. You know what I'm saying? They're so quick that when one thing go wrong, I'm done.
Right.
That's where that maturity factor come in. Because as two different people, we're not gonna see eye to eye all the time. You
Right.
know, so but a mature person is going to be able to say, "Hey, listen, what you did last night that hurt my feelings, but maybe you didn't know. So let's talk about it. We have a conversation.
That's
We get to a conclusion
communication. That is
or solution,
communication.
and
Yes.
then we move on.
S-
Communication.
That's I mean that's what it's all about. And I think you get that with age, with,
Yes.
wisdom. And it's something that needs to be taught and passed down to younger people in general, men and women. And I try my best to give little jewels to people to kind of like, about controlling your emotions or focus on yourself. Cause a lot of times you just see all this stuff, all these couples, and you just never know what's going on in real life. I mean, I know like Cardi B, she had a bunch of drama and it's so public. I mean, like I talked about it before, like Will Smith and Jada Pickett. Like you see these relationships and then, oh my God, they cheating on each other. And it's just like, okay, so this is your relationship goal? Like, no, 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 no.
Right.
So I
Right.
think being able to communicate, say upfront what your expectations are
Right.
and seeing if that person want to deal with it. And then if they don't, like, all right, then bye. Because do
Right.
you go off of looks? Like, is that important to you?
Well, this is my thing about looks. Of course, I'm not blind. So
Hmm.
if you look like a damn werewolf, you know, I'm not about to go for that. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about it, if the werewolf come up to me and start talking, and I start realizing, oh damn, you ain't that bad. You might have to go get your hair done or something. But you're not that bad. Then maybe I can. Well, you know what? I can't. I can't. I'm trying to phrase this the best way I can. I don't want to sound shallow, but I'm gonna be keep it real. I don't want no werewolf. But but I was about to go down deep, like answer that. But no, I don't want a werewolf. But somebody that I might not be that much attracted to as far as physically.
Uh-huh.
Once you open your mouth, a lot of the physical can go out the window because if somebody is determined enough, you can change a lot of things, a lot of ways you look. On the outside, you got a little weight, you can work out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of things can change physically, but the way a person is inside,
Yeah.
that's probably not gonna change.
Right. Right.
So,
But you might find a
clear.
werewolf with a beautiful personality and motivated and have her stuff together and you just walk by that werewolf?
Well,
Preston.
hopefully the werewolf open the mouth so I can be able to pay attention to that. But I'm not about to go up to a werewolf and be like, "Hey, girl, you looking good today?"
Well, you know what? And I actually preach is like you should be whatever you want to attract. So if you want someone that is, put together, then you need to be put together. If you want
Right.
somebody physically fit, then you need to be physically fit. If you want to be able to be with someone that could take care of you, you should be able to take care of yourself. Like, just like a
Right.
mirror of yourself, like a mirror, and that's what you can attract if you put that
Exactly.
out there.
And I've been with girls, my age and older who might not been, my what's my dream lady. I don't think anybody actually ends up being with that, like the drawing of that perfect person, because nobody's perfect. But personality definitely does stand out a lot more than physical. Because I've learned my lesson with that plenty of times by strictly going off of, damn, this girl looks so damn fine. I don't care that she cursing me out, because she just fine as hell. So I'm just gonna stare at her until she get done, you know.
Mm.
Uh, but no, I have come to find out that looks are not everything, and you over time looks will change and can change. I mean, somebody that's 90 is most likely not going to look like 25. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
true.
but that personality can still be something that shines.
Exactly.
And so,
Okay, so just to kind of, wrap this up. So your experience dealing with older women, because that wasn't your only experience. You've had multiple experience with older women, correct?
right.
So on a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate being with an older woman? Your experience?
As far as like sexually or like just
Sexually, whatever you want to. Just overall. You had sex with all the older women that you was with?
I mean, I was going to like put an average number, but that sounds bad.
Jeez.
No, that sounds bad. But overall, as far as everything, I would definitely say I never had a bad experience. So maybe like an
Nice.
8.
Okay,
You know?
that's what's up. You know what? This has been really nice. We're gonna have to do a part 2.
We should.
We definitely gonna do a
Because
part 2, and I'm gonna really go deeper into it. I always try to be a little, gentle in the beginning, but I see I could talk to you. So,
yeah,
yeah,
for sure. You gotta have a part 2 because I mean, this is just scratching the surface. I
we
mean, I
are
got some.
definitely just scratching the surface. And so, for all my listeners, you can always reach out thatgreenvegan@gmail.com if you have questions about this show or suggestions on other shows. Preston. Oh, and I have to say to everybody's listening, actually, Preston is the person who inspired me to do podcasts. And he has a
Oh, wow.
podcast. So where can they hear you?
Well, you can hear me on everything now. So Apple, Spotify.
And the name of your podcast?
The name of my podcast is The Mind of a Young Black Man.
The Mind of a Young Black Man. And it is very entertaining, super funny. and
For sure.
And yeah, we definitely will come back. Thank you so much, Preston. I had an amazing time. So
Same here.
to
Thank you.
everybody, thank you for listening. I will see you guys soon. Have a wonderful life, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye.